Did a little something custom today. You might wonder why I'm standing on top of the engine. And if you're worried about all that smoke back there, that's not natural. Stick around, check it out. Good morning. That was some amazing food at that Mexican place. So if you ever come up here, good place to go. And then we called the manager at 7:30, and he said, hey, then he said, let me check the computer one more time, see if those numbers are in. And he wasn't expecting them to be, but they were. So since they were in, he said, your trailer will be ready about 3 a.m. I said, great. I'll pick it up about 7. So let's get over there. It is right down there. Fire this thing up first, though. And turn off the green APU. Check out some loads on Truck Smarter. Truck Smarter TS right in the middle there. And there's a link below. Thanks, Miguel, for signing up with an invite code that gets you into the app. So there's a Coyote load right there. Right where I'm at, Plainfield, 0 Deadhead. Going down to Kernsville, North Carolina. There's another one, JB Hunt, right where I'm at. Not too bad. I need to up that rate a bit, though. That's right outside of Charlotte. Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky. Also, I think there's a straight through I saw on here too. We'll see. College Park, that would get me down into Atlanta. Whitestown, I think, is about 20 miles away, just north of us. That's Costco. They're pretty quick. They're like an hour. Not available anymore. We'll look at that later and see if that. Sometimes they say that when the price changes or something with JB Hunt, you can regroup it and see what's going on. Lots of loads though. Louisville, just straight down. I don't like Louisville though, because they'd give you they charge you on their bridge. I don't think they should charge a toll on that bridge, but they do. Columbia, Indiana. To Tifton, yeah, Tifton's a bit down, about 2,800, 23 grand for that one. But there's plenty of loads right here in this area. Indianapolis is a good place for freight, a good lane they would call it. We'll see what goes on. We'll make a couple offers on those JB Hunts. Charlotte, there you go. I gotta go up a bit to get it. But a Deadhead, 41 miles of Deadhead. It delivers tomorrow at 7 a.m. 12,000 pounds. Let's see about 1150 on that. We'll see what they say. It's not far. And you can just submit offers right here in the app. It's pretty cool. All right. Frankfurt's a little bit above us to Charlotte. 87 a mile. We'll have to pump up those numbers a bit. Probably about 20, 26, 27. That's 4 mile 27, 450. Let's go 28.
Looks like we got a little line.
Always good to start higher and then just trying to meet in the middle if they come up a bit. Okay, that was bid on too.
We're here. Just pray that trailer's unloaded.
And we just arrived at the truck stop. Well, that one says not available either. Blue Grace, haven't worked with them yet, but they got one too, right to Atlanta. Let's see what else we got. All right, and it's the 17th, so yeah, link below, guys. Check it out. Uber Freight's telling me they got loads now, and we will see what we get today. I was sitting there for a little bit, and then this lady comes out and opens up the exit gate and says, "Come this way." So those two bobtails in front of me, those two trucks went ahead of me, and then I was like, "Okay, I don't know if I'm going over here or not." And she points at me and says, "Come on." I said, "All right." Like I'm over there, and before I can even get a word out, like my trailer's supposed to be empty. She says, "I'll see you on the way out." I said, "Okay." So now I'm gonna go search for my trailer. This is why I need to put an air tag in this thing. I need to put a GPS Apple tag, whatever it's called. T-Dubs has a bunch of them. Grab one of those. We have them in all of our personal cars. I mean, if someone does, it's like low jack for your car. If someone takes anything, it's in a golf cart, it's in all the cars. So just extra security. I should have it in the dang trailer. The trailer does have GPS on it, but it's through the bank that I originally bought my Volvo through and my trailer. CH Brown, they're out of Wyoming. They had a guy come out and like install GPS tracking. I guess just because there's such a high fail rate and engines long or anything like that, that they want to know where their investment is, you know. So that's still on there, but I don't tap into it, you know. They have access to it, but my trailer's paid off now, so, and so is the Volvo. So I guess I could ask what company they use because they never came out and took it out. But there's a little box on the top of my trailer that blinks every now and then. So CH Brown can probably still see where my trailer's at. I don't know. Maybe that helps them somehow, but whatever. All right, let's look for this trailer though. Yeah, I need to put my own little tiny. Probably just. I don't know if metal will stop it from working well, but there's those metal walls behind the side of the trailer. I can just slide it behind one of those, or I can just tape it up in the corner. Which is probably what I'll do. And there she is. She's right there. Yes. I love it. So let's hook up to her and get a load. And then no geese to fight today. I hope your babies come out beautiful, Mr. Geese Man. I'm sorry for having to drop my trailer right next to your spot you chose. There we go. I dropped my airbags. That's that switch you heard. It looks like it's a little bit lower where it's at now. We're clicked in. Let's go. Rocking and rolling. I left the doors open because they probably want to look back there, and I was worried about the "Be a Well Not Be" signed, but it has a stamp on it, and seal intact, yes, and the signature was just 2 initials, so that should suffice. We'll see what they say up here. That was nice that lady. He hooked real quick from that trip. He's already another. JB Hunt's a little bit, they're about 1,800 on both those loads. I haven't showed you guys yet, but I've been on 2 of the JB Hunt loads. One to College Park and one down to Salisbury, North Carolina, which is right outside Charlotte. I actually bought my 4-wheel drive Tundra down there, the one that I sold to get my Volvo. Let's see what they say. Yeah, nobody came out, but the gate's opening, so they must have cameras to be able to see it back. I don't know. Nobody's coming out. I'll pull up and see if they want to look in the back, and then proceed. Yeah, we have a little stampy right there, which should be good enough for a Coyote. She just came out and waved and looked in the trailer, so we're good. Alright, let's close these doors and find a load. Okay, they got their shoes. Good. That was a lot less of a hassle than I thought it would be. We dropped it on Tuesday or Monday night, later, like at 10:30 at night, and we got it back. We could have had it back at 3 a.m., so not bad. One day. I guess that's the way to get rid of the trash. Okay, let's wait for some loads, see what happens. Well, I was waiting over there for a little bit, but nothing's really moving. JB Hunt's rejecting all my loads, which is typical. It's okay. So, why not find a nice open parking lot at JCPenney that says no overnight parking and get a McMuffin, or McGriddle, sorry. Chicken McGriddle with a little bit of syrup. And we'll look for loads while we're hanging out. So I really wish I would have had this conversation right here. You can see the progression. It's a Schneider load. It's decent. It's going to Shelby, North Carolina, which is by my house. I'm trying to get over towards Atlanta to see Hey Guy Diesel, but I'll take anything kind of down there. And there's a lot of loads going down there. But I said, okay, I'll give Schneider a call again because I've called them in the past and it's always kind of been, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. They're very scripted. So if someone's calling you or you call somebody and they give you a script of like, this is where it's picking up, this is how many loaded miles, this is you need to 53 drive in, and we know all this stuff. As when I'm calling, I know this is where it's coming from, where it's going, otherwise I wouldn't be calling. I know how much it weighs. So I went through all that, and you can see I've already been on the phone for 3 minutes with this guy, and I wish you could hear the conversation. He's just never got off his script. Like I was just telling him, hey, just make a note of it that RMT Freight would take it for $2,600. And if they need me, they can take it. And then he said, well, another carrier is bidding $1,939. And I said, why would they bid a random number like $1,939? They would bid $1,950 or they would bid $2,000. So I was like, okay. And I said, why? So and he's like, well, you can have it for $1,939. And I said, it's listed. I could hit the button right now for $2,050. So why would somebody else who's probably fictitious that you're making up to try and get me to take it for less? It's hard to deal with the broker agents, and I can't believe that kid just did that. This guy in the Infinity just opened his door and threw the trash on the ground. So we'll go pick that up. But let's throw another piece of trash on the ground. We'll look at that. Don't throw trash on the ground, please. Just threw those 2 bags right out of his window and then took off. Yikes, don't do that, guys. I'll go pick that up for him. Yeah, back to the Schneider load. It's just, so I said, okay, well, he's like, there's no such thing as offers at Schneider. It's the posted load, and it's $1,939. And I said, it's $2,050 on the app, man. So it's called broker agents. They're trying to get in the game. They're the people that you're going to be talking to, like C.H. Robinson. If you don't have a dedicated carrier relations, you'll get higher up brokers. I've been telling you guys this for a while. When you're booking loads, don't get discouraged. Don't fall for the games. I wish you could email. I guess Schneider is just like Uber Freight. So consider Schneider like Uber Freight, where it's either the book it now price or nothing. So maybe one day they'll change that, because I'm not going to book loads with them until they do change that, and I hope none of you do. There should be an offer call for every one of these. Even Uber Freight should have offers. They do have a bidding feature on some offers or loads, but they jump it up like $20. So it's mind-boggling. If it's your truck, it's your company, you know your worth, like I've always said. So we're trying to get a load. JB Hunt seems to have the most loads right now, but there's a combo load, and there's that Snyder load, but JB Hunt has one going right to College Park, Costco. It's popcorn, it's heavy, but that would give me kind of buy Hey Guy, so I can go see them, maybe put the visor on the truck, and I got some business to do with them. A little bit of a series, I guess, to talk about that I want to get out there and get going. So anyways, I'm rambling too much. I'm gonna finish some coffee. I already finished my chicken McGriddle. And don't throw trash on the ground. Come on, it's not that hard to be a good human. Take care of your environment. Very nice, McDonald's. Thank you for the hospitality. We do have a Coyote load right here that they had listed for 4, and that would let me go down by Hey Guy and see them for a little bit, and then keep continuing down. So 1,000 miles. I would do that for 48, probably minimum, just because getting all the way into Florida. But there's a JB Hunt one also that I bid 48, but they're stuck at 29. So I don't know. They got some neighbors now in front of the W9. See if something like that comes up. But there's plenty of loads that are picking up later tonight. So I just hope I get one of them. 25 from here down to where I live was all day before this fuel crisis, and freight crisis. But we'll figure it out. Let's get to the truck because my phone's about to die. Okay, so while I got back to the truck, one of our friends here is actually Jake Orman from about 80 miles away towards the east. Yep, and he was just like wanting to rack my brain. He had a CDL for 4 years. How many years ago?
Oh, back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s, and he's thinking about getting into it a little more. But just wanted my honest opinion on it. And just like we all know, trucks are way overpriced, like my truck right now. So, and fuel, but he's got a carrier right here that'll run with him. But he's coming across the whole 160 hours of school now, and things have all changed, and if he doesn't test for a manual, he's thinking about all these things. So if you have any questions like that, our Facebook group, Just Trucking Family, is great. I'm on there a lot, so you comment or do something, I will actually comment back for you. But it's awesome to meet you today, man. Take care of you, and we're also talking about rust trucks. So he's got a power stroke at home, he's a race car guy, and he's just talking about also trying to find a truck that's going to be not too rusty. So it's another good thing to think about. And I hear the geese, they're following me.
Yeah.
They're out here. Goodness gracious, watch out for the geese out here. The Canadian geese.
Yeah, here they
come. Yep, here they come. Look, they know where I'm at. I'm telling you.
They're following you.
Yep. All right, well, I'm going to look for a load. Nice seeing you today, Jake.
You too, bud.
Well, it was awesome meeting you today, Jake. I hope you have a safe trip back home, and hope you make the right decision for yourself and for your family. There's a couple loads. Right here is a Coyote load. Pretty decent, 4,000 down to Orlando area. So I offered 52. They countered 42. I don't think that one's going to happen, but that's decent. But I need at least 5 from way up here, 1,000 miles. And then if you look at this load right above it, you can go all the way to California for 39 for $1.90 a mile. Well, why would you do that? And when you can do half the miles and go down to Florida and then just deadhead out. So the more miles you run is not always the better, unless you just don't want to get loaded and unloaded a lot. Then it's better to take those. But for me, I like to do the less miles. So then there's a couple straight throughs right here. JB Hunt, that's 600 one. That's not worth it at all. The other one somewhat worth it, but not really. I said 1,500 on that, and they're sticking at 11. So we'll see. There's another JB Hunt load right there that is the same exact load almost as the Coyote, but they're only going to 3,000. It goes to Plant City. The other one goes to Lakeland. They're really close to each other between Orlando and Tampa. A lot of stuff gets distributed down there for Orlando and Tampa, but we shall see what we get. The last one I'm thinking about that gets me towards Haggai, I would take it for 25. It's right here. They were at 16, then they went to 17, now they're at 19, but at 3 o'clock I'd have to be leaving pretty soon to get to that because it's above Cincinnati. It's about 70 miles of deadhead, so we'll see. A couple ones that are picking up later, but as of right now, nothing happening. I thought that Coyote would be decent, but no. But yeah, just crazy to think about all the way to California, 2,000 miles or more for less money than just from here to Florida. Not even down to Miami, like Orlando area. And that's just booking now, so that's some of my, I don't know. Anyways, we'll keep looking. Let's see what we get. I don't know what just happened, but wow. That's just right across the street over there. Let's go, drone. My goodness, guys. That is crazy. T's and P's for that. We just went live and kind of covered it a little bit. And there's just no great loads out here, guys. They're all kind of about $1,000 to $800 less than what they should be. So we'll see. There's a couple ones that pick up later, but we do have the trailer back. It's a blessing. And we'll go to McDonald's for the second time. Gotta use the bathroom. It just reminds me of that JoJo song. It's just a little too late. It's sad, but yeah, I don't think there's much you can do until that thing loses whatever fuel it's feeding off of. Well, I was sitting over here at Walmart now. I was gonna there's just nothing great for loads, stuff picking up in the morning, but I just got an email, pretty exciting email. So we're gonna fire up and head. We're only about 9 miles away, and let's go check out. Let's go see what we're gonna go check out. But I think we're gonna go right by that fire too. So we're going to Ronald Reagan to Brownsville. Let's get there. And 3 hours later, guys, it's still going. I think that took out about everything inside that distribution center. We're on Ronald Reagan. We're heading up about 7 miles and go check out something pretty cool. It's been in the works for a little bit. My goodness. See how it's cloudy right here? Or shaded? There's not a cloud in the sky, but that smoke cloud is causing all this shade. Lots of rail down there. Okay. I like another little shopping district area. Got a Steak and Shake, I think that is over there. Yeah. Target again, another Dick's Sporting Goods. All this stuff's pretty close together because there's a Dick's Sporting Goods on the other side. And a Target. And here we go. All right, let's get up here. I'm excited about this. They close at 5 o'clock. It's about 4:15 right now. And we're getting back in the sunshine. Not a cloud in the sky except all that smoke. This is from the other side of the fire, and the wind's going this way, and you can smell it for sure. Just that burnt building, burnt car, burnt rubber, all that mixed together. Brownsburg, though, that's where we're going. We are about 1 mile away.
Carbon.
Oh, okay, carbon fiber.
Everything's carbon.
Nice. And then you got Hendrix right there. And then Don Schumacher's right down there. Huh? This is a nice machine. Nice water jet. Look at the thickness of that metal. It's nice cutting. Pretty cool. Got a couple mills. Bandsaws. Reminds me of when I was doing metal work. I love it.
7 years.
Nice. So this is kind of my background before I got into trucking. I was doing like plasma table and milling So I have a little bit of, I don't know how to program them, but I was like changing parts out.
Gotcha.
Like that. But I knew how to draw, CAD draw, and do, but that's a water jet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I can do some thickness.
12
Pretty cool.
inches.
Nice. That was, what's that, about 2 inch right there? That piece of metal, I showed that.
3/4. Well, these are like 7/8. That's a 3/4 aluminum piece
Nice.
sitting on
And you doing mostly race car parts, or what are you doing?
there. Probably only about 20% of my business is racing
Okay.
anymore.
And everything else
Started
is
out with
just
all of it, but,
whatever.
Yeah, medical, military, job shop.
There you
come
go.
through the door.
That's kind of what the guy I worked with down there. He just was doing stuff for anybody, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. But what he made his money off of was a replacement, like oil filler tube for Power Strokes. Like I said, always leaked out, and he made a part that would just replace it without taking the pan down.
Gotcha.
Everybody bought them. So what do we got going on? There it is. Oh my good, made out of aluminum, right?
So it screws into there. I made you a bottom plate
That's awesome.
to go through, and then that should tighten up with
Yeah.
your distance of
You
your
got a little
hood.
angle on it. That's gonna be awesome. Thank you so much, man.
I hope it works out.
Yeah, and so you got all these ready to produce as many as you can.
Yep.
If this one works out good, then we can start popping them out, and then we'll work out a price and figure out what we're selling these for, guys. But John Bell, his channel is right here. Check him out, Traveling with the Bells. Do you have any social media or anything you want to plug in or anything?
I got a Facebook page.
Okay,
Richard
what's-
Price Manufacturing.
I'll find it, and it'll be right here. Check him out, and we'll see if we can get these out to you guys. But I'm so blessed to have this on my truck, so you'll be seeing that on the hood now, guys. That is awesome, man. Thank you, Richie. And they do a bunch of carbon. I don't have a dog, no. I saw him. He was over here now. There's another one over there. 2 puppies. So they do all carbon fiber in there too, guys. And we're going to have some fun up here. See how he made it with the slope for us? Yeah, now he's on a leash. They're both in there. 2 pups. Yeah, that's him. Awesome. So let's have fun getting this hood open and get under here. But he gave us a drill. Richie did, so we can play with it a little bit till he gets out of here. So if you see the angle we did there, so it's nice and straight, we just marked it with a Sharpie, drilled through the fiberglass, and now I have to get on the inside of this hood, got some wood to distribute the weight, and try not to go through the grill. The guy got to drill a hole from there. So if you get one of these guys, you're gonna follow this process, try not to rip your hood off. So a little bit of R&D here. On the inside of the hood, it's actually smaller, tiny bit, and it's a little bit that way. So we're gonna trim off that for the black piece, and then trim off a little on the sides. So you guys get to see a water jet work. Yep.
I narrowed that up from the outside, just not enough of this.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it just got the inside, it kind of curves down on the edges. A little research and development. When I was making grills, you always had to have like the actual plastic grill with you, because you had to make sure it fit just like the hood. You had to. Pictures do you so much justice, but once you actually have the piece in front of you, you can make sure it all fits right. That's what we're doing. Does it still have a little bit of a sharp edge?
Just a little bit,
Tiny
not
bit.
much at all.
The plasma cutter had like burrs, you had to knock them off.
This is what it leaves, because I didn't do anything to the hole.
Oh, that's not bad at all compared to plasma. You've had like a bunch of extra metal you had to knock off and then grind it, yep. But what does that machine cost?
7 years ago, I think it was $165.
Dang, that's how much I'm selling my truck for. That's crazy, but it pays for itself, all right? That's why this stuff is not cheap, guys. You think it's so easy to do, but the actual equipment and the know-how of running it is what costs you the money. What I ended up doing, guys, is getting on top of the valve cover. Be careful where you sit, and then I'm gonna have to lay across the radiator to get in there. All right, do you feel like that's good? All right. So I'm gonna lay down there. I won't be able to take you guys with me because I need both hands to get this bracket in there. And it's a two-man job because Richie's gonna be able to hold the cross and the top piece from the outside. And Richie, man, do we appreciate you. Look at that, guys. That is awesome. So we're gonna work on pricing for these guys and probably get a batch of them made depending on how many of you want them. So I'm just blessed to get that on now. I can look at that and you guys do too. Do the video from now on. Thank you so much, Richie. You are the man. So we're looking at, he's got a family member, his brother in the business, and they don't make these door panels anymore. So Richie made them for him. So if you have any of those door panels you need, remember that link I just sent you on Facebook. So that's his brother's cab over. If you see that thing out here, he's running what, liquid asphalt?
Yep.
That is awesome, man. Heck yeah. And yeah, door panels. Richie can make anything for you. Well, we appreciate it, man. We're gonna see how many people are interested in this thing and get some order once we get our website going again. Oh, there she is. Oh yeah. Awesome. I love the paint on it too.
It's original.
Is it original?
It's all original paint, yeah.
And he just rebuilt the whole motor.
Yep.
So you see that thing going down the road, that's worth some money right there. Oh yeah. Well, that's awesome meeting you. Send some people your way.
Thanks,
and thanks for helping me put that thing on. It's a two-man job for sure, guys. How awesome was that meeting, Richie? Thanks so much, man. Awesome shop, and to smell it when I was inside there reminded me of working in a shop back in Arizona when I learned how to do my CAD drawing, and I used to make metal grills for like F-150s, Dodge Rams, all kinds of stuff, Jeeps. And I used a plasma cutter, which was just like that water jet, but it was like a arc, like electrical arc, and left a bunch of dust, a bunch of debris, and left little burrs on the backside you had to scrape off and grind. That thing is way cleaner to cut, so. But he paid $165,000 for that. Whew. So awesome. Let's check out our new view. My goodness, is that exciting right there. I love it. May the Lord always be watching over us. And now we're representing him everywhere we point this thing. So that's awesome, guys. If you're looking for something like that, this is for the W900. I'm sure we can adapt it to whatever your hood's like and change the angle to make it straight as we can. But yeah, what a blessing. So we're still here. It's almost 5 o'clock now. Appreciate your time today, Richie. And great meeting you, man. And thanks so much for that view. It's really a blessing. Let's get out of here. And I think we might be waiting around up here for a load. There's loads up here. They're not coming to the price, guys. They're just, it's not good at all. But I can make more money going from my house to Atlanta than I can 500 miles from here to there. So we'll see if something pops up tomorrow. And they bounce all the loads. All loads I was bidding on today that we're picking up till 5 or 6, they're all listed for tomorrow. So, oh yeah. Let's wrap this video up, find somewhere to eat dinner again. Well, we had quite the commotion here right now. There's a little motorcycle wreck or something. Plenty of food options around here, so we will find something. But John Force Racing is right down there, which is pretty awesome. Don Schumacher's down there. A lot of racing, and there's a drag strip over there, so pretty cool. I didn't know there was that much racing down here in Indy, but there is. So find something to eat. Look for a load tomorrow, guys. There is still the smoke from that fire. But God bless you guys, and huge shout out from John with Traveling with the Bells and Richie with RPM. Check those guys out, and we have a cross now. We'll see you on the next one.